How are we doing, everybody? Welcome in to the final race of the season. Yes, we're in Abu Dhabi to conclude my team's season number 1. So it's been an interesting season. I'll do a recap video after the races. So we'll obviously have race part 1, race part 2. And what we'll do is I will create another video that shows the off-season and like the sort of like a season wrap-up, I suppose, of what is going on. It is overcast as well. There's no rain expected. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So it's a big race. We've qualified down in P13. Now I don't know if anyone's taken a grid penalty for the final race. We'll see, I guess, if anyone has taken a penalty for the final race. I wouldn't have thought so, but then we did have some grid penalties like in Mexico not long ago. We'll wait and see where we start off. But yeah, we're just outside the points, not by a long way. In the pre-race meeting on your workstation, Jeff said they're going to put the ERS at the start. I've not actually seen that before, so I guess I'm going to get a lot of power off the line. Hopefully, we'll wait and see. Obviously, how our race start goes. I'm normally fairly good at race starts. We are in P10 actually. Okay, so we are starting in P10. So we've been bumped forward. I think we'll go soft, medium, medium. Probably for the best, because medium, medium, soft, what's the point? What is the point? You're still doing 2 stops. I may as well go on the faster tyres for as long as possible. I'm going to add in a tiny amount of fuel because I think it was basically Monza that really ruined me for fuel. And ever since Monza, I've been really nervous about fuel. So here we go. And it's lights out, away we go. We are slipping and sliding off the start-finish line there. I have gone overtake mode, but being on the inside here is not the best place to be. And we just avoid Kvyat, and we are up into P9 though. But I'm not in a good position. I've cut across whoever that was there. I think it was Pierre Gasly. We've done well there, and we've jumped up into P9. That's a great start for us. Fantastic start for us. We've just got to try and avoid any damage. Like I said, we're so far behind anybody else in constructors, nothing can really happen. Lando Norris is 12 points, I think, behind me in the drivers, so he's far enough behind as well that I don't need to worry about him. We're going to go overtake mode. Do you know what? The dream is basically just to score a point on the final day of the season, really, and see if we can produce anything. I mean, Danny Ricciardo's done a lot of braking there. Trying to narrowly avoid him here, but it's not quite going to work. We're going to go overtake mode, but we are losing out. I think we've got some powertrain upgrades coming as well, which are pretty exciting. So we're going to have a little bit more power soon, which will be good. I just don't know. I feel like the late braking on us is always the way to go. Good little section there. We are chasing Ricciardo quite hard here on lap 1. Obviously, a long, long way to go. A long, long way to go. Something which I'm not too worried about. And oh my goodness me, Danny Ricciardo is very heavy on the brakes, it seems. Or maybe I'm just too brave. Either way, I've got to do more to make sure I avoid Ricciardo's rear end here, because that's, I think, 2 separate occasions where we could have lost our front wing. That second one especially was very close. And Charles Leclerc sets lap number 1, fastest lap. Not bad from him. He is actually in the lead as well. He's actually in the lead. Let's see how we get on. It's a really good track here. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the loading in the top left corner. Hopefully we don't encounter any problems with that, but it might just be a visual glitch, let's hope. Obviously I'm going to get green sectors after lap 1, because lap 1, obviously off the line, you're very slow and in traffic. As long as we can keep within touching distance of Ricciardo, we should be okay. We'll go overtake mode down this back straight here. I feel like we might be able to overtake him here on this one. It's a shame we haven't got DRS, but mind you, he'd still have DRS anyway. Might have to be a late break here on him, I think. We're going to try it. Why not? Is he going to undercut me back again? He's going to try, but we're going to shut the door. Let's go overtake mode to get away from him. I don't know how much we shut the door on him there, and actually Gasly did get in front of him as well. So it's a lovely move there, up into P8. It's a fantastic move actually of Ricciardo, and Gasly managed to squeeze through as well. So Gasly, renowned for not finishing races in my team career at the moment. He's had a few where he's not done too well, but we shall see. The fuel load seems okay. I don't know, those of you that have watched Brazil will remember we had a really, really bad time with fuel load in Brazil. I don't know why that is, or if that was just a glitch in that track or what, but we had a nightmare with fuel there, so I think we're going to be okay on this one. We may be able to run in rich fuel mode for a little while here, just to lighten the car a little bit, because that may be impacting us a little bit. We'll go for a little bit of rich fuel down here.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second
Now,
of the car
with
ahead.
DRS being enabled, we massively together, and Ricciardo has dropped way back, so I don't know if he hit the back of me though, or maybe he had a collision with Gasly, because I'm pretty certain that I avoided him. I'm pretty certain I didn't touch him, but he has dropped way back, and I need to try and get up behind Danny Kvyat, because DRS on this track is massive, really. And I think we're too far away, aren't we? I think we're too far away, but we are going to go rich fuel overtake. I know we're not going to have it, but Gasly will do behind us. If we burn a little bit of fuel off here, go ERS, because it's a long way to go down this straight. And I think maybe we just try a little bit of fuel management. I'll tell you what, I've got to be braking a little bit earlier there, I think, actually. I think I'm maybe pushing it a little bit too hard through there, and we do get DRS this time, so that's something. Plenty of space between me and Gasly at the moment, sort of just 0.6. I mean, it's not a lot of time, is it? But it's definitely better than nothing. And I think we need to start braking just a touch, maybe a touch earlier. I don't know. I feel that AI brakes a little bit early.
Accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
I tell you what, next season, I cannot wait to get rid of this Honda engine, because it's not been a good engine to us at all, has it? It's been pretty poor. Let's be honest. The wear and tear, the grid penalties that we've had to take, it's been a season where I've definitely realised actually Honda engine, although it's the cheapest one, obviously for season 1 a cheap engine is probably the way to go, isn't it? But yeah, I think we desperately need to get a better engine for season 2.
Right, we have a very worn out MGUK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire.
It's not really what I want to hear, Jeff. You've told me this a few times. Jeff said that a few times this season, though, with the MG UK. I'll tell you what, the cars ahead are definitely struggling. Maybe it's just because we need to up the difficulty even more, but... Right, we do have DRS this time. I'm sure Gasly will probably have it as well. Kvyat has it in front as well. Try and burn some of this fuel off. Lower that ERS down.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
It's not looking too good, is it, at the moment for us again? It's another race where we're not looking too shabby with our MG UK and that. It's definitely the engine durability. I think that's quite a key part this year. If you want to take your engine parts further in races and not take grid penalties, I think durability is so important. We're actually racing really well at the moment as well. Putting in quite a strong performance at the moment. See what I mean? I just feel like, I don't know if with our braking, we just seem to be able to brake slightly later than them. It definitely seems to be making a difference. Gasly very close to me. Ricciardo 1.6 behind. He's dropped back quite a way, so there is definitely some points on the cards here, and we're kind of matching the Alpha Tauri here. The Alpha Tauri with Danny Kvyat.
Gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Oh, that was late on the brakes. We kind of got away with that though. Yeah, I don't know which driver to get for season 2, guys. I definitely need some help on who to choose. Now, Danny Kvyat's been scoring pretty well. Carlos Sainz is best of the rest so far. Lando Norris doesn't score as many points as I would like, because I'd like to sign Lando Norris. However, he, for me, just doesn't score enough points when he's in the McLaren. Sorry, he's in the McLaren. He doesn't score as many points as I would like him to. Because if he scored more points, I'd be more inclined to get him. But I don't know. He doesn't seem to score as many points as I would like him to score. If he scored higher on points, I'd be very, very tempted to get him. The other issue is you've got to remember, you do have to renew their contract partway through the season. So, you know, how do you go about that? Do you go for an expensive driver for half a season and hope to boost obviously your team acclaim and stuff by getting good points and everything? Or do you hire, like, you know, someone lower down like George Russell, who's a bit cheaper but then might not score points? I know it's a tough one. It's a really tough decision. as to who I go for. And again, so late on the brakes, and I just feel like the AI brakes so hard in some corners. We're racing really well though, keeping with Danny Kvyat, not really gaining on it, we're not pulling away at all from Pierre Gasly, showing that we are fighting alongside the Alpha Tauris at the moment, who are definitely putting in some good races at the moment. But you know, we did well in Mexico against him. Obviously, Mexico was a ridiculous strategy where we dragged those medium tyres out for 5 extra laps. You know, we pushed them not to the brink, but we pushed them a lot harder than we have in other races. And maybe I stay out a little bit longer on these soft as well and try and go soft, medium, soft. But I mean, Abu Dhabi is a tough one. We're going to go on to the mediums next. We should hopefully. Oh goodness me, that was a terrible corner. Are we going to get DRS? We are. We're really falling back here. Even Ricardo started to gain on us, and Pierre Gasly is right behind us. 0.3. Is he gaining on us?
Okay, clear.
Okay, there was a yellow flag behind. There's a yellow flag behind. Actually, I'm not quite sure what's happened there. See, what you wouldn't mind is almost a virtual safety car where you could go and pit in, but we're still in season 1. We haven't seen a single physical safety car. It's all been virtual. We haven't seen. It looks like a Haas that's slowed down there. There's a grey dot at the very bottom left, so obviously that means that Nick won't finish last, which is good. I mean, Nick's been doing okay. He's had a few finishes, you know, he beats the Williams usually.
Okay, some information on Magnus.
There you go.
From the race. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down. Maintain a positive delta.
Well, there we go. Another virtual safety car. And the question is, do we box this lap for the mediums? Because we could actually.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
If the virtual safety car is out, we can actually save a little bit of time here, can't we? Is anyone else going to take that opportunity? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay, so no one else is coming into the pitch yet. We're going to take it because it's ending, but we are coming in maybe a lap earlier or so than we'd like. But the virtual safety car's only just finished, so we've gone through the pits mainly. It's quite a long pit stop down here.
Go now.
Obviously, we are going to be put down quite far down the grid, probably in last place. But
let's get some heat into those tires.
This could be another one of those races where a strong strategy call might lead to some quality stuff from us. And I've come out just ahead of Nicholas Latifi. I've come out side by side of Nicholas Latifi, actually. Come out side by side of Nicholas Latifi. Not really what I want here. Not really what I want. Not really what I want at all, to be totally honest with you. I don't really want to be side by side of Latifi at the moment. We're going to go overtake. I'm going to go rich fuel as well. I'm going to absolutely burn it down the straight just to get away from him. Probably aware that he's going to have DRS on me, but I'm hoping this strategy might work for us because everyone else was kind of under. Oh god, that was terrible on the brakes. Everyone else obviously was still under virtual safety car for sort of half of my pit stop. So I'm thinking we might be able to gain a few seconds there. It's going to be a steep undercut, but it's going to be a steep undercut if we get it, and we're going to have to produce some good laps here to make it work. I mean, some people say that was a terrible decision to do that, but it means we can't really go soft, medium, soft now. It will mean we need to go soft, medium, medium, but that's still fine. That's not an issue. It's a tough one though because the virtual safety car, obviously you have to drive a lot slower, so you do save a little bit of time. Obviously it's not a full safety car, but a virtual safety car you will still save some time. And there's a lot of other cars now starting to make stops, and we haven't really hit any traffic so far in this lap. I know obviously we're kind of right behind Russell now, but we've had quite a decent lap there in total. And I don't know if we can get past Russell. I'm going to try.
Trailing our teammate by 6.
Oh, he's really defending the inside hard there. I think I've probably just clipped George Russell. That's probably a little bit naughty, but there you go. It is what it is. Now I don't know if we've come out. It looks to me like there's a Red Bull in the pits there, you know. I'm pretty sure a Red Bull was in the pits for a long time there. Was there a collision at some point? Maybe Alex Albon, not that it's going to matter to our rivalry because we've pretty much already lost that big time. So I don't think we were in DRS range, were we? No, it doesn't look like it. That's fine. No, I don't know who's actually behind me.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
Let's see if we can produce anything good here. No, we might be in the DRS range there. We were. Okay, I don't think we're going to take Giovinazzi here. Again, Giovinazzi could be a drive that we look at maybe. There's a lot of choices for drivers that we could pick up, you know. It's the fastest Sector 2 of the race. And that's mainly because we had a good DRS there, didn't we, as well, to be honest. But Giovinazzi, quite a tricky customer to get past. Especially around this sort of section of the race. There's not really too many passing opportunities around here. It might be out of this turn if I can get a good exit, but I think we'll try and pass him in the home straight. Or unless, you know, it'd be nice if he actually pitted and got out of my way. No, okay, no worries. I'm going to have to try and do it the hard way. Overtake mode enabled. It's going to be a tough one to pass on here, but oh goodness me, he's defended quite well there, hasn't he? It's so awkward to pass. I've said at the start of this and during, I think it was during qualifying, that there's quite a lot of places to overtake in a way, but at the same time they're also not the easiest places to overtake, are they? I don't think he's close enough to Stroll, surely, to get DRS, so I just need a good run out of here and we'll fly past him. We're going to use everything we got. I'm going to go rich fuel as well. Here we go. Here comes the pass. Here comes the pass. We should be okay. We'll brake slightly earlier than us. We'll have the inside line. Cut him off. And then push over again. Push out of there. Good move, good move. We're up to P11 right now. Obviously a lot of people ahead of us still have to pit. I'm just hoping that we can manage our tyres well enough. Obviously with that ERS problem, that didn't really help us, did it? So still got the wear and tear on the engine. I can't wait for us to have no trouble next year. Mercedes engine, it's going to be good. I'm hoping the prices don't spike for the engines, but we'll have to wait and see what they decide they want to charge us for season 2. And then we need to figure out who we want as a teammate, because Nick De Vries' contract expires after this race. I think he had 4 days left on his contract, so that was at the start of the weekend, so you might even just have 1 day left, you know. Someone else is going to... Is that Nick De Vries in the pits there? I think it was, wasn't it? Okay.
Nick is coming in for his stop.
So everyone's pitting right now. I don't know where we're going to come out. There's Ferrari and a Mercedes, sorry, and that's Hamilton underneath me there. He's just... I think we've actually done a ridiculous stop, because now we're right up behind Hamilton. Obviously, we're not going to be competing. We're not racing Hamilton. But the fact of the matter is, we've actually, with that pitting under safety car, we've probably gained a good 5 or 6 seconds at least. Not too sure how far behind we were. If Stroll doesn't have DRS, I think we'd get him here, but he does. Oh, that's such a shame. Such a shame. I don't think we can take him here. I'm going to go for a very late brake. Oh, I clipped the curb there. I didn't really shut the door on Stroll there. Oof, what an overtake. Right, now we're up against Hamilton. This isn't going to be an opportunity to attack. Stroll's got the DRS on us as well. I have to force him around the outside if I can. Wow, that pure speed from the racing point there. Oh, he's locked up heavily there. Locked up heavily. Stroll's on the medium. I don't know if he's pitted, to be honest with you. I'm honestly not sure who's pitted and who hasn't. I could ask Jeff actually for an update, couldn't I? And driver in front. We've got Perez behind us. They're actually sandwiched between the 2 racing points right now. Tell you what, home straight. I'll see if I can get Jeff to give me an update. There's a Ferrari in the pits as well right now.
Stroll is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are not...
Ah, there we go.
We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last
there we
lap
go.
was
He's in.
42.8.
He is in. So now we are going to be in a very interesting position. And now this is all again due to strategy, because the virtual safety car came out. We're going to be just behind Vettel, I think. Kind of hope he gets released out. Yeah, that's perfect. He gets released out ahead of us. That's fine. I'm not racing him. So we're in P5 right now. Where's Hamilton gone? Hamilton's flown away from us there, hasn't he, actually? Just realised how far ahead he's gone. So I think we've got... What have we got? We're in 5th, so everyone in front of us has pitted. So I think we're kind of in our position right now, in 5th. I think we've leapfrogged everybody purely by pitting under the virtual safety car. I think that was an insanely good decision to do that. And I think it's actually going to pay off quite well. think it's going to have paid off quite well here. Obviously, there's still another stop to go. Do you know what we'd love? Is another safety car would be great. And then I could pit, I mean, any point I could pit for the hard tyres. Obviously, if we get another virtual safety car, even in like 5 laps, I'll take another set of mediums for the rest of the race.
The car ahead has come in to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium
I mean,
tyres.
we're not really chasing Vettel. I mean, Hamilton's already 5 seconds ahead, and we were like, what, behind him only a lap ago? It just shows you the raw speed and the raw power that those guys have in front of us. You know, even Vettel was right next to us when he came out of the pits. And he's already pulled out over a second in this lap, so it just shows you that, you know, the difference. And I think next season we get a few upgrades, maybe towards, you know, maybe we see next season at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, maybe we're starting to fight for podiums after that, who knows. Hamilton, wow, all the cars in front of us just did the fastest lap of the race. 3 of them. I think it was Bottas, then Leclerc, then
We're leading our teammate by 18.
then Hamilton, so
seconds.
3 cars ahead of us, all just put in the fastest lap of the race, one after another. Perez is right behind us still, 0.8, so he's probably going to be within DRS range, I would guess. DRS?
The car in front is 2.0 seconds.
We aren't getting DRS here. Perez most definitely is getting DRS down this straight. So we're going to have to go overtake mode here and just try to get away from him. It's pretty rough at the moment. I don't know that we're going to hold away from him. We've obviously got ERS on full blast, but he's not actually gaining. He is now gaining on us. Yeah, there you go. Just takes a bit of time, I guess. Once you've got ERS deployed, you're kind of okay. You can hold them off a little bit, but if you haven't got any ERS and they've got DRS and they use ERS, you're in big trouble. Let's see how we go though. Lap 12, coming towards the close, probably about the halfway stage now, just over. I'd say we're driving pretty well. I think, to be honest, we're going to be holding off. Like Verstappen's coming in and he's got soft actually, so Verstappen's really going to be piling on some pressure. He might have gone soft, soft. A lot of these cars are probably going soft, soft, hard. Maybe soft, soft, medium if they're lucky. I don't know. Depends on the tyre wear as well. Obviously, I took the decision to pit early under the virtual safety car because we kind of got what 10. I reckon we saved ourselves a good 10 seconds maybe out of that. I think we saved ourselves a lot of time. I think once Verstappen gets past Perez, we'll probably end up starting to head backwards, I would imagine, as we come through to start lap 13 out of 28 now. I'm hoping we've done enough laps for the sponsorship as well. Obviously Nick's still in the race, which is fantastic. The only problem is I had to retire in P3 because I crashed, so obviously we're not using flashbacks, we're keeping it as realistic as possible. Some people have said to me in the past, oh, why don't you put flashbacks on, like, it's just not realistic, is it? If you make a mistake, you should kind of have to be made to suffer for the mistake. You know, we don't have any laps in P3 because we spun out. We've had races where, you know, was it Russia, America, any other races? I mean, somehow we finished in Monaco. You know, we had a qualifying session in Baku that we had to DNF from because we were having trouble. I'm trying to think if we've had any other DNFs as well now. Was there another one around America? I think it was just Russia, wasn't it? Italy, we had a bit of trouble, but we finished the race. Blame Esteban Ocon for that. Right, let's keep this going. Oh, that's not... I don't know if that's kind of a clean section there. It's not as fast as we could make it. We're on for a PB lap right now, actually, as well, which is quite strong. Quite a strong statement to put at this stage of the race. Verstappen is kind of still closing in, and that's not the most ideal turn, but we can kind of get away with it. I genuinely think there's something to do with the brakes on the game, whether like your car has good brakes or the racing line is, you know, is quite kind to you. I don't know. Either way, Verstappen's caught about half a second that lap, so this could be an interesting one. I'm hoping this is my fastest lap of the race so far. Just by 0.022. The tiniest of margins we've improved by there. The tiniest of margins. I think we are starting to see a bit of grip production maybe, or just bad preparation for those corners, I think. And you can see Vettel already 4 seconds ahead now of us, so I mean, it would be a miracle if we can hold on to 5th, and genuinely think if we get another safety car, see, if we got a virtual safety car, I'd be very tempted to pit for hard tyres. We're coming up to the halfway stage. Do let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen for the second half of the race. Perez is really pushing hard here, and it wouldn't surprise me if he got me at some point. You know, Verstappen's now under a second as well. It's not looking great for us here. Not looking great for us at all. Holding off, we're not catching the guys in front. Let's put it that way. We are not catching the cars in front. But you know, that's kind of what it is. You know, we are. I think we're about 7th or 8th on the grid now in terms of cars. I think there's Williams, Haas are below us for sure. It's 11 and 10, and then 9 and 8. I think we're about 8th on the grid because there's Alfa Romeo are very close to us. Very close. I can't remember if Alfa Romeo have just overtaken us or are still just below us, but we're basically the 8th or 9th kind of cars on the grid now. And I feel like, you know, we can just about be pushing for points. We can just about be pushing. I know we're in 5th here, but that was, again, because of a great strategy. Look at like Mexico. The strategy got us, what was that, 5th place in Mexico? But here we go. We're going to pause it here as we cross the line with Perez just behind us. It's been a good start to the race, very good start to the race. We're looking quite strong. Let's have a little look at the race director. Magnussen was obviously out. There's a lot of people. Verstappen's the only one to go soft. Actually, Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris as well. Nick's up in 17th at the moment. He is ahead of Lance Stroll, which is quite impressive. Obviously, the two Williams obviously struggling as usual. Kevin Magnussen out. But Nick De Vries started 17th. He is 17th, but he's actually, you know, he's still a long way away from anybody else. But you never know. You never know. So hopefully you're enjoying the first half of the final race of the season. We'll see you for the second half very soon.